So we've got coconut oil, we've got full fat coconut milk. Do you think you could use low fat coconut milk or light coconut milk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And then in the middle there we have ghee, which you could use butter if you don't have ghee.
But we'll do a ghee shorthand class.
Right, right. Yeah, we'll do a separate class on how to make ghee. Coconut aminos, which are a great replacement for soy. They're very tasty. We got some green onions, and then in the back we have our collard greens, which if you don't have collard greens, you can also use other greens, like...
Not really.
Yeah.
Collards it.
Yeah, collards have like a little sweetness to them.
And they're sturdy.
And they're sturdy, right. We tried it with rainbow chard or
it
something.
It just turned into goo.
Yeah, yeah. So did you wash these first?
No. I would cut them into 2 and 3 inch pieces and then put them in a colander. Can you hand me the colander behind you? It's on the counter.
Ooh. Oh, and then you're going to wash them in the colander.
Yep.
I see.
It makes it a lot easier.
So you could technically wash them beforehand, but then you're not guaranteed that you're going to wash every leaf.
Well, that, and then you're just like spraying yourself because the leaves are so big.
Right. So we cut off the stalk.
Just a part of the stalk. You can actually leave half the stalk there.
Gotcha. Just watch your fingers there. So you're just kind of cutting them into little strips.
Yeah. No, like, specific way. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on not cutting my fingers.
Yeah. Just don't worry about me.
Oh. Alright, let's watch what we've cut so far real quick.
This would be good for an ASMR video.
It's true.
Toss the stalks in there.
Yeah, I just don't like 100% stock. I like 50% stock.
Right.
I don't want it to be too stocky, but actually it's really nice to have that crunch in there. Okay. I'm going to wash these. Can you hear the water nicely in there?
Oh yeah, that sounds real nice. It sounds like it's falling over my scalp.
I love that.
This is probably the least productive cooking video ever. We were like, frickin' get to it. Alright, you chop the greens, now what?
We're getting really excited over sound. Okay.
And we're back.
So we're going to cut the tips off. And then we're just going to thinly slice the white and pale parts of about 7 to 8 green onions. Out, Caribou.
We would never be able to make professional
No.
cooking videos. Can be like, shut up! Get out! Don't laugh. Wash your fingers.
Caribou, go. Go lay down. Alright. Set those aside. Discard pile. We have our green onions.
Alright, that's a good amount of green onions. You can never have enough green onions.
Oh, that's so true. So we're going to move on to the stove next. We're doing 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. I like to do organic, virgin, unrefined. This is a very good brand.
Let me get a zoom in of that there. Spectrum. So we currently have the stove on
well, let's put on.
low to medium, just to kind of get that going.
We're gonna do a tablespoon of ghee and or butter. Ghee preferable if you want it cleaner. They sell ghee too. You can buy it at the any natural grocery store, but I like to make it.
Yeah, you can make homemade ghee using some heavy whipping cream.
Or you can just take sticks of butter and bring it to a boil and just skim the whey that floats the top off.
It's a little more complicated, but it's cheaper. So ghee is a much richer taste, used in a lot of Indian cooking. And I love melting it and putting it on popcorn. I feel like a little bit better about myself when I do that, but it tastes so good.
Feel fancy.
I remember telling my coworkers I put ghee on my popcorn, and like their eyes just like got real wide. Like, oh my god!
You unlock the secret.
Basically.
So you're gonna bring this to a ripple. Once it starts rippling, we're gonna add the green onions for a minute, and then we're gonna add these for a minute.
So we're just kind of frying the onions up, kind of loosening everything.
Yeah. Check out my recipe.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut, and then we'll come back after the commercial break.
Yep.
So we turned up the heat just a little bit to speed the process along. It's currently
At medium.
medium.
And then we're gonna set that timer for a minute.
I feel like more recipes should use green onions as a base.
Yeah.
Like onions taste so good, and green onions are just better than regular onions.
They're kind of like garlic onions mixed together.
Yeah.
Got about 38 seconds. Being technical.
It smells so good. It's a little bit of butter to make it rich. The coconut oil adds that little coconut flavor, and then you got the green onions.
I feel like the coconut oil adds it a little bit extra fat, so the butter and the onions have extra flavor to them. Like it's kind of like butter and butter.
Alright, so now we're going to dump in those collards. We've got kind of a thick pan here.
Yeah, we're doing a pretty heavy pan.
You know what could have been better than this is a stock pot, if it would have had a pot.
Well, yeah, it would have been hard to record.
That's true, because then we wouldn't have done it. So for anybody viewing this video, feel free to use a stock pot.
So you're going to notice the greens are going to get a little bit brighter as they cook. Oops.
5-second roll.
Yep. Does not count.
So what are you doing now?
So I'm just stirring it to just cook them evenly. Actually, I'm going to set the timer again for a minute. And just kind of like wilt them a little bit. Just kind of open them up to the aroma of the green onions below it.
Right, right. You don't want those green onions to stick and burn.
No. You can already kind of see it getting greener. About 30 more seconds. And they'll start to fit in the pot a little bit more as they cook, which is...
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, they're kind of...
Yeah.
Smells really good.
I did not like collard greens at all until I tried this. I hated vegetables. Okay, 14 seconds. So I'm going to cancel that so I don't have to hear it.
Now there's 10 more beeps where it just would have been 1 beep before.
No, we're good. Okay.
Now what?
So now we're going to add about 1.5 cups of coconut milk.
So are you pouring the whole can in there?
Yeah. And I'm also going to try and get this top out.
Oh, that's right. I opened up the can, but I left the lid in there.
There we go. You want all this good shit. Excuse me.
I'm going to have to keep bleeping out everything that you said. So yeah, just put the whole can in there, scrape all the coconut meat.
This is the cream of the coconut.
The cream of the coconut.
It's the good stuff. And then we're going to do, how much? So 1.5 tablespoons of coconut aminos.
It doesn't have autofocus on, but it's this.
Bragg's coconut aminos. Not liquid, but coconut aminos.
What's the other one called?
Liquid aminos, and it's still made with not so great stuff, so.
Gotcha, so coconut liquid aminos. Make sure they're coconut.
Yes. I'm just gonna like blend that coconut fat into the rest of the milk and the leaves. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. And then I'm gonna do about a little over 1.5 tablespoons of coconut aminos.
A lot of flavor comes from this, right?
Yeah.
So we're not actually measuring this out. We're just kind of doing it for taste.
Yeah.
Just using a regular spoon.
And then I'm going to turn this up a little bit and leave it uncovered. And then set a timer for about 6 minutes.
So that's really going to sizzle.
Yeah.
So we turned it up now. It's a little bit past medium.
It's like a medium high. Just going to stir everything in.
And then what's going to happen? These things are really going to wilt down, right?
They're going to wilt down a little bit, but they're going to hold their integrity, so they're not going to fall apart, and they're not going to be slimy either, which is awesome.
Right.
Sometimes I like to cook them a little bit longer, so they're a little more tender. It really is like dependent upon your palate and how you like it. So even like trying it while you're cooking it to see what you feel like it's starting to taste like is, I think, the best way to do it.
True. I mean, it's not like there's anything raw here, so it's going to taste good regardless.
Yeah, and you can see it getting greener.
I actually thought that there was too much coconut milk last time.
Well, you can always drain it.
True. Like, I thought it was like a little too soupy, but it depends what you want. Like, this is heartier for sure.
But also, you can like take this leftover coconut milk and make bread with it. And biscuits, and make like onion and garlic biscuits and stuff.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you can use just about everything left over from other recipes. So it really extends the life of a lot of things.
I really like the sound of this. I'm going to get the audio just a little bit closer here.
Cool.
Really triggering my ASMR there. It's like,
I don't think anybody wants to hear your mouth do that.
all right, so we still got 5 more minutes of this. Do you usually stand here and stir it the whole time?
I try to stir pretty often. I don't want to burn anything, and I want to get an even amount of flavor into the leaves.
Gotcha. And then what? Is it done?
I do 6 minutes, and then I put salt and pepper on it. So I usually use a sea salt, or a Himalayan sea salt, or Celtic salt, and then a black cracked pepper is just fine.
And then we're done.
Yeah.